as you know, I'm on VSET DCT car 9042. As you notice, it's got the guardrails in the gangway here. Because originally, as most train vloggers would know, these used to be guard carriages. That used to be the windscreen wiper module right there. See, it's still got some of the valves and that underneath the train there. I'm not actually going to go into the next car because someone's in there, so I'm just going to remain in this one. These entrance points, it looks like they've recently got new mats. I suppose, yeah, use the mats on VSET trains, vestibules quite often dirty. See here, still got the train signage on here. Somehow there's been a bit of a chip up there, but this door is the driver's car door. It's like the driver used to sit in here, who drives the trains, and then this is like the guard section. That's the same in this one as well. Because back in the day, the DCT cars were a 2-car set per set. A lot of the time they were combined to a 4-car set. Where a lot of the later VSET used to be 3-car set per set, and when they were binded together they were a 6-car set. VSETs were only operating as an 8-car set. Well, they probably were for decades, but more commonly in the last 10 years, because originally they were mostly 6-car sets all up, with either two. There's usually a 3-car set per set. It's like your Y sets, Y1 and Y2. They're basically like they're basically V sets with things that they've changed in them. Like they've got different things, such as like kitchens, apparently, and like a conference car, that sort of thing. So they've like taken out the seats that were in them. So basically, like Y1 and Y2 were DJ cars, like DJM types, and then trailer cars still have the DIT, because the reason the V-sets with the DJ series was that the DJ only applied to the motor cars, because one difference that they received from the DIMs, was they got chopper control instead of camshaft control. But the trailer cars have not changed, so they stuck with the DIT modelling, which is fair enough, I guess. Getting back to what I was saying before, occasionally V-sets will run as a 2-car set back in the day with these carriages sometimes leading the train. But that changed after apparently drivers complaining about there being a bit of a like a kick in the ride or something whenever a trailer car was leading a 2-car V-set. In the DITs, the DCTs, sorry. And I've seen pictures of like the very first V-sets, which were DDIUs, which used to be U-sets back in the day. This is going back to like 1970s. They used to have quite a different interior in them, and the headlight was more oval shaped than that more rectangular type that you see on later V-sets. And also, all the original V-sets all had 5-row windows on the upper and lower decks, unlike the later ones that have 4.5 on the motor car, and then like 5.5 on the trailer cars. Just thought I'd mention that. V-sets will probably be among my second favourite after the Tangara. Simply because they've had a lot of history. And they feel more like a proper inner city train. But I do like the Oscars as well. Got an Oscar up my head. Can't see that. Just trying to put the camera in the right spot. Heading to Central. see the back of this V set as well. Only just, it's getting pretty dark, of course. As you see, this used to be the guard doors. They've been sealed shut. The windows been replaced with a piece of metal. I think that's because you had idiots who used to knock the windows out, so they decided to board them up, which is unfortunate. Getting back to what I was saying, the first V sets, which were unlike these ones, have been long gone now because of they had mild steel underframes and they started rusting after an inspection, and so shortly after that the first V-set carriages were withdrawn, and apparently originally I thought the Oscars replaced them to the Central Coast, while V-sets were then coupled into 8-car sets for Newcastle. But apparently the G-set Tangaras were basically replacing the withdrawn V-set cars before the Oscars, which is quite interesting, because before the G-sets would only run outside the Sydney main area only during peak hours, but then they started to run other times during the day, and that once these first V-set cars were withdrawn. It's a shame that there's not many photos of the original V-set cars, because especially of the inside of them, because the inside of them were quite different compared to the later ones. They're a bit more less detailed, of course. Another thing was they didn't have luggage racks in the middle section after they were removed. Before that they had like the steel racks back in the 70s. But once these carriages were no longer an independent set, they were taken out of service to be coupled with later V-set cars, DIMs, to power them, and so all the electronics were removed to make way for them to be converted into trailer cars. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this vlog up, so I hope you enjoyed that. Cheers.